Here's how you're going to use Read Your Body to set up FEMM stamps for cervical mucus charting instead of using the cervical fluid notations. So I'll show you the difference and I'll show you how to mark those in this app. So what we want to do is go to the data section just so I can show you what they're like. So here in the middle of the screen you can see these stamps, and if you hit the little gear icon, you'll see that there are different sets of stamps here. The top one is for Justice, the one below that is for Billings, and the one below that is for FEMM. So obviously you want to choose the FEMM one, and as you can see, it's the only one that has the brown option, along with spotting, bleeding, G, EL, ES, and yellow. So we're just going to go back, and again, here's kind of what they look like on the chart. This particular chart doesn't have any brown, bleeding, or yellow stamps charted, but we have some bleeding there at the beginning, and then G, and then ES, and then back into G. So I'm going to go back to the data entry page, and frankly, I've actually forgotten to add in these several days. So what I'm going to do, just really quick to demonstrate, is I'm going to go to this day, and this day was actually a little bit of EL. The day after has been G, G, and then today's been G as well. Okay, so that's how this would look on the chart, being more up to date. Okay, now the way that you're going to do this is you're going to go to the menu, you're going to click on settings, and then you're going to click on items to track. Here you're going to scroll down, and probably you're going to see in this grayed out section the option for stamps. You're going to toggle that on. Right now it's already on for me. It's the second one down, as you can see, because I already have it on. If you have cervical fluid or just fluid options already toggled on, you can toggle those off. You don't need to chart both fluid and stamps, because obviously stamps is fluid, and so that would just be redundant and unnecessary and a waste of time to have both. So you want to uncheck fluid and toggle that off, and then make sure that stamps is toggled on. And then you also want to go to display on chart on the right, and then same thing, you want to have the stamps toggled on as well. The order that you have these items displayed on your chart is the order that they'll show up on the chart. So as you can see, the top item here is the time taken, the time that a temperature is taken, followed by number of sleep hours, followed by disturbances, followed by the temperature, followed by a count of 6. And if I go to my actual chart, you'll see that that's how it goes. We see temperature, time at the top, then we see disturbances, which there aren't any on this particular chart, then we see temperatures, then we see the count of 6, then we see stamps, and so on and so forth. So you have the stamps toggled on. Again, you're then going to go to data, and you're going to select that you want the FEMM. You're going to go back, and then from here you can chart what you want. So you can do bleeding, light, medium, or heavy. You can do spotting or brown bleeding, or G, EL, ES, or yellow. Today I think was G so far. And then here's where you can also mark a peak day, or peak day +1, +2, or +3. And then this question mark stamp is also really helpful because you can kind of layer it on top of these other indications. But let's say you saw like a brown bleeding observation, that can be combined with an overall G observation, meaning that like if you're charting G, just means that there's a lack of any E mucus. So you can have that, but then, maybe another day, you had brown bleeding, or you had a yellow observation, meaning like, maybe it was a confusing observation, or it was an observation that looked like some kind of discharge due to like an infection. And so then you would write a question mark on top of that, because maybe, you're not sure why you saw that. So the question mark is very versatile just to have as like another little layer. Cool. And then anytime you need to start off a new cycle, obviously you can just toggle this right there, this little toggle, and then that'll start off a new cycle. If you did that by accident, just click that you want to delete that start date, and then it'll toggle it back off. and then you'll just wait a second for it to update, and then your chart will still be whole. So that's how that looks. Let me know if you have absolutely any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.